it's a passion for me. You know what I'm saying? It's not a job because I genuinely love doing what I do. You know what I'm saying? And that's the key factor. You got to love what you do. Because if you don't love what you do and you're just doing it for a certain objective, then you know, you've already started on the wrong foot. You know what I'm saying? So you got to, once you generally find that thing that you love doing, just keep at it, just keep pushing. That snowball will slowly start rolling and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. You just always got to stay on it, my bro.
For sure, I love it, man. Y'all hit a man. Giving real good, dropping gems early in the interview, man. Hey, man. Hey, Sleek, what's going on, man? Talk to me.
Hey, man. Hey, I'm just laxing. I'm just chilling. Very grateful for this call once again.
Man, I think this is a beautiful moment for real. Like a good moment for real. You know what I'm saying? Real positive, good energy. You know what I'm saying? I feel like something constructive gonna come from this. You know what I mean?
100%, my bro. And networking is one of the most important things in this industry. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't really matter if you have the hardest beats, but if there's no one to listen to them, then what's really going to happen? You know what I'm saying? You got to be down for that networking. You know, you got to be the type of person that's, you know, willing to reach out and willing to reply to people who reach out to you, or vice versa. You know?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. So I want to get into it a little bit more about your history. And you said you only been making music for a couple of years. You know what I'm saying? So what are some of your influences? Who are some of your influences as far as, you know what I mean, from your side, or maybe American influences, producers, or, you know what I'm saying? Just what are some of your influences that want to get that made you want to get involved in this?
Hey, Lil Durk I look up to, Lil Baby, the classics. Man, I just love the music they produce. You know, they just produce hit after hit. At the end of the day, and in that industry, that's what matters the most. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
If you can produce hit after hit, and that's what those boys are doing. You know what I'm saying? And I just saw all these people in the studio, and I was like, man, it'd be so cool to, you know, kick back in a studio and be able to link up with some boys and that. And then, you know, I just built my own studio. I'm grateful for that. And then I just said, fuck it, I'm just going to go for the stars, and I'm just going to go fucking hard as I've ever been before. And then, I just got into producing, and yeah, man, shit's starting to go well.
That's what's up, man. That's definitely great insight, man.
What's something you can tell the people that you did to help get you here today? You know, to get you where you at today?
Honestly, man, having my own studio, that was a huge part in it, man. You know, to being able to come home and then just not rely on anyone else's studio time, not rely on the money to pay for studio time, just being able to pretty much freely make beats whenever I want. That was a huge game changer. Man, it's just access, you know what I'm saying? Like, that access is just a huge game changer, man. You know, you can do it whenever you want, you know, in the comfort of my own home, which is great.
Thanks. So what type of beats do you make? Like, you making all type of beats, or you got a specific type of genre?
Yeah, man, so I make all type of beats, man, like dark trap, sad emotional, R&B, Afro beats. That one was just played, Bliss, that before, pretty much anything. And then whatever type of mood I'm on, you know, if I'm angry, I'll make an angry beat or whatnot, or vice versa, man. So I'm pretty versatile in that area.
Facts. That's what's up, man. That's another thing people got to do as being a producer or anything. You got to be real versatile and stay different. You know what I mean? Stay consistently different.
100%.
Like that. You know, it sounds like you definitely know what you're doing. Like I said, I definitely want to link with you and network with you for sure. Okay, so look, let me ask you something, right? When you making a beat, do you ever get, like, frustrated with a beat and start over, or do you finish the beat and, you know, just keep going with it? You know, because sometimes I've gotten frustrated with certain beats and deleted the motherfuckers, where people was around me like, bro, why you deleted that motherfucker was sounding good? But I'm like, I ain't fighting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get ya. Honestly, whenever that sort of happens, I just take a look back and I just take a step back and go, well, clearly the sounds I'm using aren't flowing and aren't gelling well together. So then I'll just pretty much just go on my VSTs and I'll pretty much just plug in different sounds that will go together. But don't get me wrong, I have had those moments where I'm like, man, this beat just ain't happening, eh? This beat just ain't going my way, you know, like, so maybe I'll start a new one. But yeah, most of the time I'll just pretty much change the sound or even change the vibe, the tempo or whatnot, just to try and make that beat work, you know.
That's what's up. Who do you feel like you mimic when you doing your producing? Like, you know, when you making you know, your vibe and like who you feel like you mimic in the game. You know, I feel like I kind of go off like a DJ Drama type of vibe. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I feel like I do. You know, or Mike Will Made It. That's kind of like my vibe. I do stuff like that, but I'm an all type of person, all around person when it comes to making beats or producing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Honestly, not really many producers come into the mind, actually, to be honest. I'm just trying to think. I just kind of just tape it to my liking, and then if I need to make a beat for someone, then I'll, and if they just say, oh, I want this type beat, then I'll like obviously mimic that style. But I feel like I've came up with a pretty niche style myself. You know what I'm saying? Like my goal is just to revolutionize the sound of hip hop, straight up. Ooh, and I'm planning on not using hi-hats in the future, you know what I'm saying? I'm planning to get rid of hi-hats.
Right. I love how you said that, though, revolutionize hip-hop, man. That's dope. Like, where your inspiration come from, you know, when you're doing this shit? Like, you know what I mean? Everybody needs some type of inspiration. I ain't gonna lie to me. It's obviously my kids, you know, money and smoking a little weed every now and then, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, where you get your inspiration?
My inspiration, dead set, comes from my heart and soul. You know what I'm saying? And obviously making it in the industry and the money and fame and all that stuff that comes with it. But honestly, mostly it comes from myself. You know, like myself plays a big role in, you know, mindset and then all that other stuff that sort of comes with it. So, yeah, I'd say myself and pretty much, my heart and soul, G.
Hey, buddy, he sound like me for sure, like, you know what I mean? Especially at that age, boy. Motherfuckers was definitely on top of it, bro.
You can hear the hunger. You can definitely hear the hunger, bro.
Man, bro, like I definitely want to get you in the door for sure. I respect them, brother. It sound like you got a good future ahead of you. You got my support. And like I said, I definitely want to get some music done with you, bro, so let's get to it.
Here with my man Sleek. Go look him up on all major platforms. Sleek 42, you heard that? So, yo, Sleek, I got a question for you, man. What made you even start to make beats? Let the hood know a little bit. How'd you even manifest this out there, my brother? Let them know.
Man, I was just sitting back one day and I was just like, man, wouldn't it be cool to like make some music? So I like downloaded GarageBand on my iPhone, started playing around. This was a few years back. Started playing around. And then I left it for a little bit, and then I saw this Instagram post or Facebook post or whatnot of these boys jamming in the studio, and I was like, man, that would be sick to just make some music and just like express myself in that sort of form. And then I downloaded FL Studio, and that's the DAW I use. And then, man, it just kicked off from there. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna build myself my own studio. And then I full decked it out, built it, and then, yeah, man, I've just been making beats ever since, getting better and better, constantly learning. It's one of those things where you'll never, ever learn everything. It's always a constant learn, but only if you're willing to learn. You know, because you can think you're the best, and then you can just be like, you know what, that's it. I'm just going to stick in this one lane and just say, dark trap beats, and just only make that. And don't get me wrong, you'll get really good at making dark trap beats. But then what if someone comes and hits you up and wants an R&B beat? You know what I'm saying? Then that's just something you missed out on because you just didn't have the niche for it. You know, like, because making beats for fun and then making beats for every genre is a completely different thing, because whatever you learn in that making R&B, you could implement that in making trap or in making sad emotional beats, vice versa, you know?
Man. Hey, yo, if y'all didn't get no gems out of his story just now, you are not fucking listening. This is For The Record Radio. Independent producer is on point. 21 years old. I salute you, family. You feel me? Like, you on your shit. You're doing what you have to do. You're still young. You haven't even reached your prime yet. Keep grinding. From us to you out there in Australia, keep grinding. Don't motherfucking stop, brother. You got this. You know what? You ready to play one of these beats?
Hey, let's go. Hey, I'm keen, bro. 100%. Let's do it.
Get it then, man. Shit. What's going on? Australia, what up? New York City, Minnesota, what up? Can you hear me? That's the question. Yo, you know what's going on, man. Now, we here with my man Sleek. Hey, yo, what's the vibe, my guy? Yo, what were you thinking when you made that motherfucking beat, bro? That's the question I got to ask after this one, because it got a spooky, dark, trap type of shit going on. You feel me? Let the world know what you was thinking, man.
Hey, man, I was thinking of making something dark and then at the same time something that was high energy and had a lot of high frequency sounds in it. So then I came across this. Once I finished plugging in the melody, I switched over to Omnisphere, my favorite plugin, shout out. And I found the top melody, which was, I can't remember the exact name of it, but it was sort of sounded like a splash. You know what I'm saying? You sort of got that vibe from it, eh? Like a splash sort of sound. And then I just continued with that and then just started, as I do, putting in the drums, putting in the 808s, and then finishing it off. And, man, I was very happy with it, eh? Yeah, man. So, yeah, that was crazy.
Man, that shit was a slapper. You know what I like about it? It sounds similar, but it's not the same. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
Like, man, it's not the same. It's different, man. I just want you to keep enjoying the craft. Never lose that feeling of enjoying your craft. Because once you enjoy your craft, it's game over. You're unstoppable, man. There's 1,000 million billion motherfuckers trying to do the same motherfucking thing.
So who's going to listen to another Little Baby or another this or another that, man? Because people love when you stay true to yourself. They're not listening to you because you sound like this or you sound like that. They're listening to you because of you and the artwork that you put out, because music producing, any sort of craft like that, rapping, blah, 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 it's an art form at the end of the day. You know, so like just stay in your lane, or not even in your lane, sorry, stay true to yourself and express different lanes. And then you'll find amazement once you do that.
Yo, young man, you sound like you got your head on straight out there. You put that mind to work, man, or whatever you want. You know what I mean? You got that shit, bro. It's solid. Look, energy don't lie. Like 100%. I told you when you on the inbox, man. You feel me? Like, yo, your energy is confidence behind what you do. And at a young age, to have so much confidence in a world that we live in right now, you feel me? Yep. Like, that's, yo, bro, 100%. You're striving. You want this shit. I say keep grinding. And like you said before, networking the right way is the way to go right now. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
If you can network the right way, the sky is the limit right now with the internet.
Straight up, man. The internet is a wonderful tool, but then at the same time, it can also be used as such a negative tool, but you just got to pluck in the right tool that you want to use. And as we touched on last call, it's all about a mindset. You know, it's all about getting into your subconscious mind. About whatever you do, just make sure that you know and believe that you are the best at what you are doing.
Facts.